In the last two sessions, we have seen how to protect the stator windings using differential protection and modified differential protection. In case of differential protection, we have seen we were not able to protect the entire 100% of the winding if at all a fault occurs near the neutral. So, if at all I am going to use the same earthing resistance near the neutral, I have to go in for the relay of low settings, but that will be undesirable for the detecting the phase fault, because the same relays are going to be used for detecting your earth fault as well as your phase to phase fault. Thus, this difficulty is overcome in your differential, that is modified differential protection, by incorporating separate low setting relays for your earth relays, and for your phase to phase fault you are going to have a comparatively a higher grading setting for your relays. Now, the third type of protection is your stator interturn protection, where we are going to just consider the between the windings of the alternator. Okay, so now going on to the circuit diagram, first we will have the basic understanding of the circuit, then we will move on towards principle, right? So now if you are going to see this circuit, it might look quite a different one, but it is the same circuit what we have posted in the last class. What was the circuitry? I will be having the RYB, okay, that is, this is the first circuit. Instead of drawing like this, I have just tilted and drawn like this, because here I have to showcase the stator interturn protection. If you could see from the group here, I have not put the neutral resistance. This is my winding. So, in the last diagram, we have just drawn the alternator winding which passes through the three phase. Okay, the same way R phase, Y phase and B phase. What we have done in the earlier circuit, we have connected at either this is just going to be your alternator winding, but here I have just divided into two and placed. Else you will just have a single alternator winding, and at the outlet what you will have? You will have the CTs being connected. You can just see the CTs are connected. That is, to each pair you are going to connect the CTs. Okay, so the outer path is going to provide the same differential protection. I am just going to have the three stator alternator windings. So far we have just considered if at all a earth fault is occurring or a phase to phase fault occurring, which is going to be detected by the relay which is going to be connected, that is your RC. Because I have just connected the circuit, you can see the two CTs entering and the leaving connections, you could see it. Okay, now whenever I am going to consider the stator winding, for understanding, just I have done a duplication of the windings. It is just a single windings, because in the windings you are going to detect is the fault between the two windings. Here there is no concept of saying the current entering the section and leaving the section. Here the current, whatever is the current which is going to flow between the turns is considered. This is a stator interturn protection. Okay. So, thus if you could see, the fault current between the turns is involved here. What is the fault current that is going to exist between the turns? And here you are not going to compare the differential current between the current entering and the current leaving. So, this does not comes under your merge price protection. The merge price differential protection, it gives protection for your phase to phase fault and phase to ground fault, but for interturn fault you have to go in for a separate protection. Okay, here if I am going to take this RC, as I told you, the outer part whatever you are going to check, it is nothing but it is going to give the protection for your earth fault or your phase to phase fault, this RC relay, whereas only this part is going to be concerned with your stator interturn protection. Here if you are going to see a single stator winding, for our understanding it has been duplicated, and here of course internal the same differential protection is involved. Here I am going to place two CTs and across it I am placing the relay. Okay, so if I want in all the things, I will make the relay as suffix as 1, R1, R1 and R1. Okay, here if you could see, the relay, that is the current, under normal condition the current will not flow through the relay and the relay will remain inoperative. Whenever a fault occurs, that is between the interturns, which is going to create a local heating, and a differential current will flow through the relay and the relay R1 will operate. So R1 is used for your interturn fault, whereas your RC is used for your merge price fault. But whenever I am going to consider only the stator interturn fault, it is nothing but only I am going to compare the R1 relay, that is the current entering and leaving the R1 relay, that is due to the current entering the two windings, between the two windings of the CT. So you should have a clear distinction between the merge price protection and here. Merge price protection deals with the current entering and leaving the circuit, whereas if I am going to create a internal, that is between the two windings, I am going to check whether the stator interturn is perfect or not. In that case, I have to go in for my separate interturn protection. But this type of protection is not given importance, because ultimately, suppose if at all there is going to be a fault here, short circuit here, invariably it will be developing into the earth fault. If it invariably develops into the earth fault, no problem at all. You have the earth fault relay and the phase fault relay too. That is, whenever the earth fault develops, earth fault relay will act upon and it will go into the category of the earth fault protection of the merge price scheme. So usually the protection is not given, but generally a protection should be given. But so much importance as that of your merge price protection is not given, because it invariably develops into the earth fault. With this, I wind up today's session. In the next session, we will be seeing about the rotor protection of the alternators, how to protect the rotor windings of the alternator. Thank you.